Well, for many of us, Valentine's Day is about doing something special for that special someone in your life or someone's. And this morning we have Chef Lorin Peters here to help us whip up some delicious caramel and chocolate coated apples. Thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And before we start the segment, we do want to mention that Lorin is a paid spokesperson by NV Apples. Again, she is getting paid to do this segment. So again, just tell us a little bit more about this and how you came up with the idea to do both, because I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, so the traditional, Valentine's Day treat has strawberries dipped in chocolate. So we wanted to do kind of an extra sweet take on that and do it with apples instead. So what we've done is these guys are the whole apples. So we dip them in a little bit of caramel mixed with sweetened condensed milk. And we kind of set those, and then we dip them in white chocolate, like melted white chocolate afterwards, and then decorate them fun for the holidays. So obviously we've decorated these for Valentine's Day, but you could do them for Christmas or whatever holiday you may want to decorate for. The cool thing about these apples is that they don't actually brown like normal apples. So you can cut them up, take them to work, or share them with friends and family, and they'll stay kind of nice and juicy in that white, crisp flesh. So kind of cool.
And I think that this is something cool too if you have kids and you want them to be a part of it, because they probably would love decorating the apples like this.
Yeah, and you can take, those cellophane bags you can get, and so you can decorate and put bows on them and give them to treats at school or whatever. And I know kids definitely would have fun doing this.
Yeah, and that might be a little nicer to get than just the regular little Valentine.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying.
Yeah. So we have a smaller version too.
Yeah, so
an easier version for us.
I can never finish one of these apples ever. And so even if you cut it up, I can never still do it. So I wanted to do kind of like a small apple pop, if you will. So what we've done with these is I'm going to show you kind of a cool trick with a melon baller.
Okay.
So you take the edge of a melon baller and you kind of dig it into the flesh, and then you scoop it around, and you kind of pops out these little balls, as you can see. And then I'll pull off the skin a little bit, and then you stick a little stick in it, and it makes a little pop. So as you can see here, we've done these with the caramel and the white chocolate and decorated them. So a little tidbit about the caramel, melting caramels and white chocolate. So as you can see here, you can do it with like the normal chocolates that are wrapped, but if you want a little cheat, they actually make these little caramel bits that are already kind of unwrapped and ready to go. So you just melt those down, like I said, with a little bit of sweetened condensed milk. Dip those in, let them chill in the freezer for maybe 20 minutes. And then now we'll move on to the white chocolate.
Yeah.
So for these, I'm just gonna kind of dab them. You wanna dab off the excess moisture. And then over here, so we have our double boilers. That's the best way to melt chocolate and caramels. So a double boiler is essentially just a little bit of simmering water, and then with a bowl on top that kind of fits right in, and that gently melts it. Make sure that it doesn't burn.
Yeah, then it's useless.
Exactly. I've actually, when I was making some of these, I was like, oh, I can do this without it, and I left to go. The baby started crying, and I turned around. I'm like, oh, and there's my burnt caramel. So even I can sometimes look away and it go quickly. So this is the best way to do it. So you'll just kind of dip these in, and you'll twirl them a little bit in the chocolate like this.
Ooh.
Yep, and then you'll kind of bring it over here, set it down, and you can decorate however you want. And again, these are great for, kids. You can put them on a platter and serve them at, a Valentine's party or whatever.
You want to take a shot at it, Chelsea?
Yeah. I'm going to try and, y'all talk while I melon.
Okay. I can't remember the last time I used a melon baller either.
I know, right?
It seems like such an old-timey thing to use,
Muscle.
There it is.
I think I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to dab it.
Yeah, stick it with the...
Stick it first, and we're
going to dab it, dip it.
And as Chelsea's doing that, Lorin, where can people get some more info if they want to check out the recipe themselves and try it at home, or if they want to look at some of your other recipes?
Okay, so you can find this particular recipe on nvapples.com. You can also follow them on Instagram at nvapples. I actually create over 60 recipes for them, so you can find this and many recipes online.
Ooh,
Tania,
that looks perfect.
Hit it with the sugar,
Tania. We're going bright pink for you there. Oh man, I'm getting kind of cheap on that. Pearls? You want some pearls in there?
Yes, please, obviously.
Duh.
You can also dye the chocolate too.
We are fancy.
Food coloring. Fancy that way
I love this for Galentine's. Just like even a little bar where you have your friends doing their own stuff. That's
definitely
awesome
a good idea.
Very Instagram worthy.
It is. Thanks so much for coming in,
Yeah,
Lorin.
sweet. Thanks guys for having me.
We're going to be